Welcome to Conversations and Opinions. I'm Shae.
I'm Clorissa.
I'm Tarvis.
And I'm Caronica. And today we're going to be talking about jealousy and envious.
Ooh.
And what does that look like in relationships, friendships, or even your partner?
Oh.
Yeah.
And we're also going to leave you with some tips on how to overcome that. So ladies.
Are we going to talk about corporate too?
Oh, that is good too. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yes, because
Okay.
that is definitely a topic there. But
Yes.
what do you think is the first word I'm thinking when I think of jealousy and envious?
Jealous. Well, wait. I don't know.
I want to say you.
What's the word that everybody use when
jealous?
Haters.
little?
Oh.
That little house.
Oh, yeah.
that little car.
Yeah. Your little friend, your little outfit,
friend.
your little promotion.
Yeah. So just to start off, like, first of all, what are some of your experiences, or maybe you have experienced having jealousy or envious towards something, or someone doing good in life, or you feel like you should be in that position. So we'll start off with you, Tarvis.
I don't think I have envious or jealousy in me, because I've always been a component of, okay, happy for you, because that means my turn is around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I understand or grasp why you would be envious or jealous about what anybody else is getting or what they've obtained,
Right.
because it's their life's journey. So what's for you is for you, what's for you is for you, what's for you is for you, and what's for me is for me. So I'm always ecstatic, because like my brother and my sister, they have homes. And everybody's always talking about, oh, you need to get a home so you can, no, that ain't what I want to do. As long as you get a house, you get a house, you can get a house, if that's what you like.
Right.
Just make sure I got a room or a couch,
Right.
and I'm good. So when I feel like I want to get the experience of being in the house, Chloe, what you doing? Can I be at your house, or Shae, or Caronica, or whomever? So I don't know that I have envious or jealousy in me. So I don't understand it at 54. What's the difference? Because I think you and I had a conversation about the two words and how they kind of cross into each other. So I'm going to be learning today as well. What's the difference? Because I don't have that in me to be jealous of anything anybody else does or gets.
I think it's more so of if you don't want a house, then you're not going to be envious of someone who has a house.
Because
Right.
that's not what you
desire.
want.
Okay.
But I think it happens a lot in corporate, or when people are careers and stuff like that, because if you're going for the same jobs, or you feel like, oh, I got that degree and I have that, I should be getting that, and you start, hating on the person and putting out false information about someone because now you're upset that this person is moving ahead.
You had explained the difference between the words. Which one's the action word and which one's
Jealousy is action behind it.
Okay.
So envy is more of the feeling of, like, you could be envious of the way, that, okay, you're great at the things that you do. You're great at running your house. You're great at multitasking with your house, your career, stuff like that. But jealousy has action behind it. So now I'm talking about it more. I'm putting action behind what I'm feeling.
So you can be envious, but still like really be a nice person. You can because when I hear the difference between the definitions, I think, okay, a jealous person is somebody who's got ill intent or is mean. Envious, you can say, oh my gosh, I love your hair. I love how your curls do on your hair. That's still a form of envy, but it's not malicious in intent.
Right. No, it's a thin line between. I've been researching this, and it's like it's a thin line between it. Like you can look at it like that, like, because it's all how you feel, but it's a thin line, because sometimes it's like, okay, I'm admiring that you are doing that, but then when you're envious, you're not letting it go.
Oh,
Okay, so then I have a question, which I'm going to tell on myself, because since we're in corporate, when you said someone gets promoted or whatever. Okay, so I had a situation. Somebody got promoted, but I was angry because this person got promoted off of information that I shared, a couple of my other team members shared, and they looked at this person like they knew everything. So is that me being envious or jealous? Because I'm like, I don't understand how this person that doesn't do anything but gets information for someone else makes it look good on paper but get promoted. Because I'm not envious of that. What I'm angry about is, A, it was a lie told to get the promotion. Because the people who gave him the promotion didn't actually go to find out. Because I find in corporate America, they don't get the details of how something gets accomplished, just who did it and who's presenting it. So I don't take that as being envious or jealous.
Well, if you are jealous, there is a jealous undertone to it because you said that they were not deserving of it.
Yes.
Now you're angry about the action that was taken by your superiors, but you actually have feelings about the other person, and they have no control over who picked them for the promotion. You know what I'm saying? So you may not be jealous in nature as a human being, but
you were envious.
Has come in that situation.
Envious or jealous?
Well, if you start, so envious is if you're to yourself saying that this person didn't deserve it to yourself, but when you start calling people and saying, hey, this person didn't deserve this, then you're jealous.
Yeah. That's jealousy.
I'm a still. And it's okay that you guys are saying that to me, but here is what I'm saying: is it should have been a group. I'm not mad that he presented it or whatever, but he wouldn't have been successful had all of the team not contributed.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's not. That's with a lot of things. So we're not disagreeing with you and like how they got it, but it's still jealousy because the person did get it.
Yeah.
They got it, and
you're mad about
it, and you start talking to other people about how mad you were.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And this is a learning experience.
Yeah, it is a learning experience.
I said I'm gonna learn today because I was pissy. Let me be clear.
Right. So that becomes jealousy because now you put action behind. Because it's one thing to say they don't deserve it, and you move past it. But when you start action, you call everybody their mama, like, oh,
I called one person.
Well, but I'm just saying when you start moving actions behind it, because that's how romance get started.
Yeah.
Now it becomes jealousy because now you can't let it go. So,
no, I let it go after I got it off my chest.
But I'm saying that it's still considered jealousy.
It had nothing to do with you per se. It was somebody else's situation, and you felt like you had to insert yourself.
Absolutely, because it was a team effort, not just me. Say all of us are on a team, okay, and you're the one that's good at presenting and making things look good on paper. But you gave information for that presentation. You gave information for, and I gave.
And she was solely promoted just on the presentation.
Yes,
but she was solely promoted on a presentation that she gave, and she gave it effortlessly. And what they did, they recognized her. They recognized how she stood up and she did what she had to do, and she was able to take the information that you collectively brought together, and they're like, oh wow, her presence, everything about her showed what they wanted in that.
I know what you're saying, because what she's saying too. There's a group behind everything that's successful.
Right.
Beyonce's a success, but guess what? Those background dancers are making the show. The people who are co-writing.
She took the initiative to do what it was that put her out there. It wasn't out.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I'd have to tell the whole story, but for the sake of not throwing people's names out there.
No, we understand what you're saying, but because I work in the same type of industry where we all collectively do stuff, and what happens is the person who stands up and speaks, and if they do it properly, people recognize them.
But regardless, there's only one winner in certain situations. Beyonce has Kelly and Michelle, but everybody knows Beyonce.
And think about Barack Obama when he delivers amazing speeches. There's a speechwriter who writes the speech. I mean, I'm sure he has his hand in a bunch of the tone and everything.
One person gets recognized.
There you go.
So it's not. Sometimes we look at it. When you go into those things and people get promoted and stuff like that. everybody thinks that they should get it.
Yeah.
You probably wasn't the only person on the team that probably felt like they should have got it.
I ain't politically correct, and I'm gonna sip on that. Go ahead.
Well,
See, I don't
but I think that in the corporate, that's where jealousy comes, because you hear that. That's a big thing. People always say that. It's not just you. It's you. When somebody got that job, do you believe she only been working here for 2 years?
Yeah.
And how she get that job? I've been here for 10 years. How
Yeah.
did she get that job? It's not. It's common, because you're looking at self.
Yeah.
Like, why did I get it? Whether it's a degree, whether it's how many years I've been in here, whether it is I gave all the information and she got it.
But that's what you guys are missing.
It's not personal.
No. I'm not taking it personal. What I'm saying to you is, it wasn't that I was upset that that person got the promotion, so to speak, and this person got the promotion later, but they got a stipend and service excellent. And my whole thing was, if you're going to be fair, because things need to change. Let's be clear. If you're going to be fair, then it should have been a group service excellent award, or a group.
But Tarvis, in that effort,
It's just
the only way you're going to be in a group, unless you own that company, you can't make that decisions.
Oh no, I'm not saying that I should.
I get what you're saying. But that's what I'm saying. I get your point. But we all know of these companies that we work for, you are the worker. So whatever decision they make is their decision. But what we're saying is that that's where it comes in at, with the jealousy portion of it. Is mostly that's where it comes. Like when someone gets the job, it's like, oh man, you can be disappointed that you didn't get the job. Like, dang, I thought I had that, and be bummed. I know some people go home from the interview like, I didn't get myself together for a day.
But you know what? That will tend to teach you to go home and start turning inward too.
Yes.
To start figuring out the things that
I think you guys
not just in your situation.
No. But I think you guys are missing the point. I am the one at my company that always, Tarvis knows somebody, who should I go talk to?
So
mine's is based off of group effort.
Right,
I could care less
but that's not what they were giving you.
Right,
you're trying to run the program, but you can't run the
program.
program.
No, I'm not trying to run the program. What I'm trying to do is make
But we're not talking about your situation.
Yeah.
We're talking about in general.
In general of the situation.
With jealousy.
What you're talking about.
In the normal situation with jealousy, regardless, if it's a group effort or whatever, if someone else got the job, the only thing you can do is go inward. I didn't get the job.
Mm-hmm. But it's not. Okay.
But it's not you. General.
But I just want it clear. Never was jealous. The point is, it should have been a group effort. That's just my stance.
If
Go ahead.
there was just one promotion to be had,
right?
It does. The group project couldn't be the only reason that person was promoted.
Right.
That may have been the final thing that tipped them over the winning line for the bosses, but it couldn't be just that one presentation that everybody contributed to. The people look at your body of work as they look at the lifetime of your experience.
So it wasn't just that. It was overall. It was like, what was her...
But I explained it wrong. So my bad. I didn't care about the promotion. He deserves it because he's good at what he does.
Right.
I'm always give props
but
what
we're talking about is the action behind jealousy.
Yeah.
The action behind jealousy is if you continue to harp on jealousy and then speak about it to others, about this person. It's not if you spoke about, man, I'm mad that I didn't get the job.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
No, I'm not talking. Just follow me.
Okay.
If you speak about, I'm mad that I did not get the job.
Okay.
That's one thing. But if you speak about this person does not deserve the job,
that's the difference.
That's a difference.
Yeah.
And I never did that. What I'm saying to you
we're okay. We're gonna move past you.
Please.
We're gonna move past you because we're speaking as a whole to help others in their situation because that's where it becomes jealousy. We're talking about the difference.
Okay.
If you start to reach out to people and speak on the person, not the situation, you can be down that you not get the job. That's normal. Right. But when you start to
take it to the next level,
you tarnish someone's name and
talk about what they
what their abilities aren't and what they can't do.
And I think that this is interesting that the conversation took that type of turn, because I thought that we would more so be talking about personal stuff,
right?
Like at home or things like that. So it's interesting that I'm sure that a lot of people feel like corporate jealousy,
right,
or corporate competition breeds like all these different envious situations. So that's an interesting.
You have people that sabotage one another.
Yeah,
you have people that I've had someone literally go to my boss and talk about me. I have no problem with this person. At least I didn't know that I did. Mm-hmm. And, literally just hate on me for no reason at all. Mm. Like, I've had situations where people would literally, you can be the one that's working and they stop at 5 o'clock.
What you said.
And then, but yet they looking at you like they don't want you to be recognized or people to see that you are a hard worker. Mm-hmm. But yet they can do whatever they want and how they want to do it. Roll out when they want to roll out. Roll in when they want to roll in.
Right. So do you think you've ever, you or myself, we can all answer, have you ever been jealous or envious of anything? And you got to really be honest with yourself.
I've never been jealous. I've never been a jealous person. Mm-hmm. I never wanted anything that anybody else wanted.
Right there.
Well, and the reason why I feel that way is because what you have, I might not like or want. Mm-hmm. Now, the idea of what you have is a great idea for myself. Mm-hmm. It could be, you might have this, you might have, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I would like to work towards something to do this or do that. It gives me ideas of wanting to.
And that's what I thought envy was, how you're describing it.
So,
like in a pleasant way.
But I don't see how.
That's someone inspiring you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm learning.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. What did you say? Somebody is
inspiring.
Inspiring. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't hear the
so
end
I can feel that way about someone and say, I can see the things that you're doing and be like, wow, I'm looking at myself, I can do this, or I can learn how to do this. That gives me ideas of wanting to do this.
Okay.
But then there's other situations where people will look at you, what you do, or who you are, and then take it a total different way. They're like, why she got this? Why I ain't got this?
So that's the envy and jealousy part.
Yeah.
And I've never been that person.
It's amazing how people, I nenever understood how a person could be like, why? Because it's not like you can't have those things. It's the fact that because everything that everybody has isn't necessarily for you. It's not necessarily something that you particularly would want. The idea is, but it's not the actual what the person goes through to have that.
Right. Well, I can't say. I'm just gonna be honest. I can't think of a situation, but I can't honestly say that I've never gotten upset because and said, oh, I've been here for 10 years when you didn't get something. Or I can't honestly say that I've never said that.
And that's envy, right?
That would be envy. Yes. Yeah, I can't honestly say that I've never said that.
I've surely been envious. And I thought and my understanding is, and that's what we're learning here today.
Yes.
For me, I thought that envious could still have a pleasant undertone to it. I never thought that, I knew jealousy was malicious, period. Mm-hmm. Oh, you going home and I've never been jealous either. But I definitely have felt envious.
Yeah,
and it wasn't ever because I felt negative about anything. I was like, oh man, but the way you put it, I was inspired by something.
You was inspired because inspiring is like when we send those text messages and I'll be like, oh, I'm going somewhere. You be like, cousin, I'm about to go to the gym. Yeah, that's inspiring. Right. You're inspiring me to get better. Up and
but I'm not envious of it.
But you're not envious that I'm going to the gym.
I'm learning.
But sometimes like you said, I'm using a job because that's common for us. Like you work hard. We got those interviews. You work hard on the interview. You knew you got that in the bag. Then somebody who got there 6 months from now, I can't say that I've never said that.
Yeah, I'm learning today because I, honest to goodness, thought like with your hair being so thick, I'm like, oh man, I wish my hair was thick like that. Is that envy or is that inspired? Because even though because I'm happy for her hair being amazing, and my son got hair, you can't even see a piece of scalp.
Now that's thick hair. If I'm not thick, our son's hair is thick.
So is that envious or?
I think it's if I think sometimes compliments is a normal thing, but I think
admiration instead of being envious.
But I think it's when you know how we those nice nasty type of things.
Not the nice nasty.
Yeah, like your hair's thick.
How? Like, is that a nice
nasty? Or they try to take something that they like about you and turn it into, I couldn't have that thick hair.
Exactly. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes.
So I think that I've never had any issues like that, but I think when it comes to things like that you work hard for, and those are the ones that you don't really think that you're being envious about because you don't feel like you're doing anything bad.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I can't honestly say, because I'm not trying to sit here and act like I'm perfect and I don't have those things, but I can't honestly say I have never done that before.
You never wish bad on somebody just because
I've never just purposely.
Is it wish bad? Like, because when it comes to envy, is it wishing bad or is it wishing that you could have been in that position?
And a lot of times with corporate, you wishing that, like, dang, I wanted that.
Right.
Yeah, so
wishing bad, that's starting to take it to the jealousy.
Criminal.
Right?
But that's why I say it's a thin line, because you got some people who do go to the point where you're at a point where you're looking at it like, I wish I had that position. I want that. But then you got some people who's going to another level with it, like,
right.
You like hear stuff, you like, well, no, I didn't do that. Like,
so let's turn the tide to talk about how to move past people having envious actions or intent toward you.
Before we do that one,
okay.
Can envious be in partnerships?
Like romantic partnerships?
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
Yep.
What is that? What do y'all think that looks like?
I think that maybe in a romantic one, it can be your mate being envious of your strengths that they may not have, and just be like, oh wow, like, really? And internalizing that they wish they had some of those characteristics.
So basically, when you're not growing, because you're growing.
When you're not what now?
Growing. When you're growing differently, like, because we're individuals, so when someone might be growing in a different direction than the other one, and you're looking like, wow, they're blossoming, and they feel that they're not, and it's crazy because most of the time the other person looking at them like, you're awesome, and they're like, but so what's your take?
I think when your partner is dismissing your accomplishments, or when your partner kind of belittles the things that you try to aspire for your relationship, because they don't think they're at that position and they're mentally to understand and grow in that type of way.
That's probably
is that envious or jealousy?
I think when it's envious if they're just dismissing. Now if they start doing stuff to make you late for work and make you miss clients and stuff, then they jealous.
Oh, you got some that, like, I have been through that, where, like, when you're trying to aspire to lose weight, but they don't want you to lose weight.
They start buying them donuts.
They start bringing like cooking all the time. Oh, you don't have to. Because I've seen situations where some women or men don't want their partner to be their best self because they're afraid to lose them.
Yeah,
that's sad.
God.
That's sad.
Oh my God! But
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Or then why are you even with that person?
Girl, that's a whole nother
story. Who was watching the show? The 400-pound.
Some 100 pounds.
Yeah. And the young lady, she was trying to lose weight, and the guy she was with, he basically said that he was afraid for her to be well and be healthy because he was afraid to lose her.
Because
she needed him. He was taking care of her.
Caregiver.
And he was doing and it seems like it was weighing on him so much, but when he started to see that it was a possibility that he wouldn't be her caretaker anymore, then he was like, what is she gonna need me for?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Chloe?
I think that it's possible to be envious in a relationship. I mean, and again, I'm learning because I thought envy could be still with a pleasant tone.
I thought that too until earlier this week.
Like, my husband is very structured financially. He's very disciplined with stuff. And I'm looking at him like, man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could be so structured. But, like, I didn't think that was a bad thing.
But that's not.
What is it?
That's inspiring.
He's inspiring you. You're not looking at him like, you're not saying negative things condescending things about his good quality.
It's the way you're saying it, the way you're thinking.
You're acknowledging that he has good qualities.
Yeah,
and
it's that delivery.
Yes.
But I have had jealous intent toward me in relationships, but not until y'all just mentioned like the making you late for work. I've had gentlemen in the past. I'm talking about completely forbid me from doing certain events or certain interviews because of the talent on the other end. And I'm like, you think it's cute because it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the Falcons, this thing they're having. Oh well, I had plans for us tonight. Well, no, you really didn't, but you found out I was going to this place.
Right.
Wow.
So I'm seeing that now. It's not just, he really wants to be hanging out with me.
He loved me.
He just didn't want me to be around all those amazing
right.
athletes in one concentrated place. Okay, that's how it goes. But I do believe it exists.
Sabotaging the situations,
your success or your growth.
Yeah, so that's sad. But I do believe that it can exist, and it's unhealthy and it's toxic. And
very toxic.
You got to go in any of these situations. If people are constantly belittling or dismissing your desire to move forward and develop something better about yourself, you got to go. They're like the little voice. Well, you don't want to go back to school? That's 4 more years.
Exactly.
You're like, well, I want to get my degree and do this. Well, you got 4 more years. You're already busy with this and that. Yeah. You might think they're trying to talk sense into you, but really, they're doing like the caregiver guy.
Right.
Wow.
Once she gets educated, I may not be on her level anymore.
Or a lot of relationships
or flip. Sometimes women don't want their guy, to get better or to become more educated or to put himself out there.
No, baby, go on, get better for us.
But there's a lot of women that are. It's on both sides. It's like you have those women that. And I think some people do it without knowing they're doing it.
Yeah.
Like you just get used to
the natural born hater.
Me from earlier?
No, that's not big. There's no thing. But I just think that some people do it and they don't know they're doing it.
Some people are natural born haters though, because they're never happy for anybody about anything.
That's crazy.
Ever. And you like, you never happy for anybody?
I'm like,
did you see her
celebrate?
No, you got a lot of negative people.
Yeah. But then when you see that, they come from a line of that too though.
Yeah.
It's like, I see why you like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Your mom is never happy.
Let me be clear. I want you guys and anybody that's in my circle, not in my circle, I want y'all to go far past me. That's the individual I am. Let's go celebrate. I'm all game for a celebration on your growth because I think that's what makes the world better or society better because you want you to go further than I did or whatever your endeavors are. If I can help you, because I tell you all the time, Chloe, if you need me, I'm here. It ain't about the pay, but I want you guys to be successful in what you do. Because that's what we're supposed to do for
But that's
one
a
another.
practice.
Yeah.
I think that if you are around negative people, and that's just true. If you have a lot of negative people around you too, you're gonna start doing stuff that's negative, and you're gonna be like, well, what am I doing? Like you start catching yourself. So if you surround yourself with people who have negative thoughts all the time, you're gonna start thinking the same way.
Yeah.
So you have to practice that.
Was that saying you're the sum total of the closest 5 or 7 people to you?
Oh,
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, have you guys ever heard the term "use your power for others in the room"? Okay, just curious.
Can I say something? Kind of piggybacking off of what you were talking about when you were talking about as a family and stuff like that. But during this segment, it's amazing because friendship and family is another thing when it comes to envious and jealousy, and you see it in our family.
And it's scary.
Not our family per se, but in families. So, like, what do you think about that?
About the friendship part?
Friendship, like with envy and jealousy, like within our families and friends, and
I don't understand it because I'm not that.
I think that
person.
some people don't have the spirit of togetherness,
right?
And sometimes if they feel like you've gone past what they're capable of, they either retreat and don't come around you anymore, and you have no idea what happened, or they do the kind of don't really care about your accomplishments or don't celebrate you, and you're not looking to be celebrated for the sake of being popular, but your friends and family, you want them to be happy for you, and you're like, oh y'all, I finally got this thing, and everybody else is hugging you, and that one person's over there on the side like,
Right.
Because I want you to tell me how I can come up.
Right.
Okay. And that's
That's
thing.
what I want.
If
How?
you're smart and you're around a group of people who are constantly accomplishing, instead of being mean and hateful or not even being mean and hateful, just quiet and not helping to celebrate, ask.
Yes.
Caronica, how did you get that house?
Put yourself out there.
I just had this conversation with Caronica about, they just bought a house. What was it, last year?
Yeah.
Year before? We're looking for a house, and I'm like, wait, the whole game has changed after the pandemic.
Right.
I'm sitting here like, oh man, cousin, tell me everything that has changed, because the last time I bought a house, it was 2007. Times have changed. So I'm like, let me ask her instead of, sitting over here like, well, I'm like, cousin, what happened? What do I need to do? You have to ask.
When I had my son, Clorissa, I have a friend, Clorissa, a friend, Satin, my friend, Jasmine. I text them about everything. I was like, and this is how you know when people are your real friends. They be answering all these questions.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, this is what I'm gonna need y'all. Like, so what happened when he did this? Like, his bones are cracking. Like, what does that mean?
Not his bones.
Am I abusing this baby?
All kind of
what
questions.
the devil?
Am I hurting this child?
Right.
Was I not asking those questions?
Yes, you
and
were.
She was like, oh yeah, that's normal.
That's totally
I
normal.
was asking all
The
these
baby's bones were cracking?
Well, they're all cartilage at some point.
They
it's
grow.
like
That's like
you know how you
part
say a
of
baby's
growing.
ankle bent 25,000 degrees to the wrong, and you're like, is that hurting? And the baby sitting there looking normal. So
you have
that's
to
a
be a
natural
person
thing.
that can. You got to be an open person, like so. But some people move as individuals, like, and they don't want nothing from you. They don't want to actually. That's how they roll. I know a lot of people are like that. Okay. So we share things. You got to share things. Like, I don't care.
I think the cure for jealousy, especially in your tight circles, is just communication.
Yes, communication is key.
There are some friends who have experienced things that I have really wanted for myself, and I'm like, look, you are really great at this. What did you have to do to step it up in this area? You have to ask.
Yes.
So if
don't be afraid to ask.
If you don't want to be a jealous person, don't be a jealous person.
Yeah.
Correct.
People are too afraid to pump somebody else up.
Yes, that right there.
You know what I'm saying?
That right there.
Tell the girl her hair is amazing so she can tell you how she did
That's
it.
in our community, though.
That-
That's another whole segment. But
and then just be honest with your feelings. Like, if you didn't get that promotion, take that time. It's okay to leave work and just take care of your feelings.
I'm feeling some type of way. I feel like you're digging.
She's not.
I'm messing.
No,
but if you didn't get the boyfriend, if you didn't get
but just take that time. Like, I know people who take 24 hours to get themselves together.
And that's smart.
And they just disconnect, take 24 hours to get themselves together because they recognize, look, I'm bitter right now.
Yeah.
I have had people tell me that, like, I'll be good in 24 hours. But it's okay to acknowledge that I'm feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah.
But it's okay because it's an honest feeling. Yeah. But those are ways to not let that move into jealousy or envy. Because envious, if you feel that way for 24 hours, you're not envious anymore. That was a feeling.
Prolonged jealousy is toxic for you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it hurts.
You sitting over here mad every day. It's like, girl,
it can cause all types of sickness. Let me be clear, because you're internalizing.
Yeah, physically, it literally can play out in you too.
Yes.
So this is a tough subject. This is an interesting one. It has a bunch of faces to it.
Yeah, we may have to come back to it, huh?
Yeah. And guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay.
Yes.
But we're not experts.
Absolutely not.
But definitely let us know any situations you guys have had to deal with and how you guys are overcame. That maybe you have some information that we're not aware of.
Yeah,
we're learning too.
Correct. Yes.
So
tell us your experiences.
Yeah. Tell us your
don't
experience.
forget to subscribe.
Yes. Please subscribe, like,
turn on your notifications, and let us know what you think. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.